Meng 135th Kubelwagen. Can ChatGPT help us with our model making? Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining us. So, an interesting one this week. So apart from helping me make the thumbnail for this video, can ChatGPT help me to paint a model, basically? I'm going to ask ChatGPT a question, and then I'm going to follow what it suggests. Let's see how we get on. So, ChatGPT, what process should I use to paint a DAC Kubelwagen? Autocorrect got in the way there. And this was the response, some nice historical context, explaining that they mainly came grey and then overpainted in Dunkelgelb, and then later on in the war they were just painted desert yellow, and some of them were three coloured. Okay, so I've chosen the grey with the oversprayed yellow, and this is what it tells me to do. Base coat in black, which I've done on the last episode, and then spray it with Panzer Grey. And then after that we can apply the desert yellow and use hairspray chipping if we want. So let's get on and do that. Here's the base coat of the Panzer Grey going onto the primer coat. And this is using AK 3rd generation acrylic Dunkelgelb. ChatGPT then offered me a picture. You wait till you see this. Now, if you're already a subscriber here, you'll know that this is right up my street. And if you're not a subscriber, now's probably a good time to subscribe. It looks way over the top, but that's exactly how I like it. So let's see how close we get. So then I asked what the interior would look like, and it said that it was in its original grey. It also said to highlight in neutral grey on the interior, so I thought I'd employ that on the outside as well before I put the Dunkelgelb on. So this is me just airbrushing neutral grey, and I used Vallejo for this one. It then suggested we do some chipping. You know me, I like my chipping. So this is German camouflage black brown, my usual chipping procedure. I kept it quite light, just down the centre. There are some wooden sort of duck boards to go in, so it's really just down the centre between the seats, as you can see here. It's just with a sponge and just dab it on. So with the interior painting done, it was time to tackle the chipping on the outside. So I'm using chipping medium from VMS instead of hairspray, but it does exactly the same thing. It's just a bit easier to control in the airbrush, and giving everywhere a really good coating of that, and then we'll come in with the Dunkelgelb after that. So here's the Dunkelgelb then. I'm using AK 3rd Gen, Dunkelgelb Initial. Just a really good coat. It did say to sort of vary the strength of the coat, but I went for a pretty solid coat because it is going to be broken up by the chipping anyway. and then on to the chipping itself. I feel like I'm almost glossing over the modelling aspect of this video, but I hope you appreciate that that's not really the main focus. So if you want to see hairbrush chipping in detail, then have a look through my other videos. I'll try and link one here for you, so you can see exactly how that's done. It's basically water on a rough brush, and just taking the paint off the surface. I've obviously had to go quite heavy on this because I'm following the picture that ChatGPT sent me, so I wouldn't necessarily go this far, but well, you wait till the end to see what you think of the results. Oh man, what's ChatGPT done? This is way too much chipping. There we go. I think it looks pretty similar to the picture. Okay, ChatGPT, what do you want me to do now? A brown or sepia wash coming right up. Okay, so Absalon 502 sepia oil paint. Just putting this around the edges of all the raised surfaces. A lot of this won't be seen because of chair seats and the duck boarding that goes down, but if that's what he wants me to do, that's what I'll do. Right, ChatGPT, I need your help again. What colour were the seats in a Kubelwagen? Okay, I'll go with Iraqi sand for this one then, and then we'll dry brush it with a lighter colour. Cool. Right, now I must say that the seats, I've done an experiment that I saw somewhere else. So they're covered in a layer of paper, and then I've used VMS Paper Shaper just to give a better effect to the canvas, and I was really pleased with the results. But going back to what we're doing here, this is Iraqi sand going down. This is AK 3rd Gen again, a really nice good layer over there. Then asked me if I wanted to weather the seats. Of course I do. So it suggested a wash with a sepia tone. So again, I've gone back to the sepia oil paint. It's really thin, so it doesn't really do a lot, but I suppose it does act as a filter, and just makes them a little bit grubby. So it then said this combo will give your Kubelwagen seats a realistic field-worn desert look, perfect for a DAC setting. Let me know if you want to simulate specific damage like rips or sweat marks too. Yes please, of course I do. Right, I'm just going to pause there. The reason being is the next step I have never seen done. I followed it and I didn't believe it would work, but it's amazing. I've watched loads of YouTube videos and I've never seen anyone do this. So this is how good ChatGPT is. Okay, sweat stains or body contact wear. In hot desert conditions, sweat and grime accumulate where drivers sit and lean, usually the middle backrest and seat bottom. So you will need sepia wash, smoke, flat flesh. Thin washes heavily and apply in semicircular patterns or along seam lines. Dab away the centre to leave a ring, like a sweat ring. Layer 2 to 3 times, varying intensity. Okay, so first problem, I didn't know what 70939 smoke was. Turns out it's an ink, which I've never used before. I managed to get a hold of some. And then I decided to ask it for a picture so I could see what it meant. Okay, that doesn't look too difficult. Let's give it a go. I'm not going to do the rips and the fabric wear because I don't think that'll be effective. That's just like painting scratches on. But let's have a go at the sweat stains. So here is, so this is the recommendation from ChatGPT. This is it thinned 1:1. And it sort of works. So you put it on as a ring and then dab it off. Basically, you can see it's sort of working. I decided that it wasn't really strong enough. So I made up a new mix after this go. If anyone else does this, or if anyone knows of anyone else that does this, please let me know, because I'd love to know where ChatGPT got this from. You wait till you see the results. So this is a much thicker mix that I'm making up now. So that is 1 drop. I think this is the 50-50 mix, in fact, and the other one was a lot weaker than that. Yeah, so that's not quite 50-50. Let's give it a stir. I mean, you can see it starting there, but I haven't quite got the camera lined up. How good does that look? So you just dab it on in a circle, and then I just used cotton bud, just dabbed off the middle, and it's amazing. Thank you, ChatGPT. Look at those, they're amazing. I went a bit heavier on the driver's seat, which is the one on the left there, because I thought the driver's going to be more in contact more often. But I'm blown away by them, they're brilliant. Okay, back to the outside. Again, standard weathering procedure. This is what it suggested. Just going around with some sepia oil, just in my usual way. I think that's been a really useful experiment. Let me know down below if you've used ChatGPT at all and what you've used it for. Do you want to see the finished thing? Okay, there it comes. Well, there it is. ChatGPT went on to get me to put some pigments powders on, which I really don't like doing because I'm not very good at it. Maybe I should have asked for some help. But there you go, a really amazing kit. I love building it. It's perfect for the beginner, as I said in the last episode. And then ChatGPT just makes things so easy. Look at those seats, they're incredible. They look so real. Here's just some still shots for you. I really hope you found that useful, guys. And yeah, have an experiment with it. It's free to use. Just download it on your phone and ask it some questions because it does an amazing job. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe, please drop a like, and please let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.